today. I know I've done a few things on the volleys, but because some people need to be more relaxed. Some people need to be firmer. Some people need to do A, B, C, D. So it depends on what the student's problem is before you incorporate exactly the way it should be. Let me explain. Some people that I have are way too tight, and some people that I have are way too loose. Some people have amazing hands and they take their racket and they flick at it. Other people, they hold the racket so tight, they might have a firm volley if they make it, but they don't really have the feel. So what I want to do is explain the volley and just a generalization of what you can work with your players on, especially if they're, say, too sloppy or they're too wristy or they use their hands too much and they snap at the ball. Say they snap at the ball or they just play around, and you keep telling them, keep the racket head above the wrist, and you keep telling them this stuff, but they don't do it. Let's start off with the forehand. Let's just say I have the continental grip. I do a little bit of the shoulder turn, okay, about a quarter of a turn. I have the letter U, and I have my racket in front. Now, depending on the height of the ball, the speed of the ball, it might be a punch, a block, a jab, a swing, whatever. It depends on your skill level. And you might even open the racket a little bit. But today's lesson's not about that. I want you to do this. Tell your students when they hit the ball to make the butt cap go across the tabletop and catch it. Tabletop, catch it. Now look, that's not a tabletop. That's not a tabletop. The butt cap, cross the tabletop. Now, this tip has stood the test of time. I've done this for 30 years, and it auto-corrects everything. When you have a mental image of something else, okay, it can change the muscle memory. It can trick the mind. It can be a totally different concept in their head, okay? But then again, if the person's already tight, you don't want to make them tighter. Remember what I said, if they're flicking out or whatever, tell them to catch it. I even tell some people to make the racket go up, because when people put backspin on the ball, a little bit of backspin, everybody goes down. Because the volley is like a catch. It's like catch. And you do want a little backspin because you want to take the pace off the ball, okay? But this lesson's not about that. It's about how to correct the people that keep dropping the wrist. Tell them, remember the visual, butt cap on the table, catch it. Butt cap, table, catch it. Do that. If it goes in the net, big deal. Goes out, big deal. You hit a bird, big deal. Don't hit a bird. So, what I'm trying to say is, do that. Use the non-dominant hand. There we go again. You hear a lot of my videos, a lot of the stuff on Netrix, I'm always talking about the other side of the body. The other side of the body, believe it or not, is just as important, if not more important, than this side of the body. There's a cause and an effect, and the other side of the body is important. So your best friend here is going to be your left hand. Butt cap, catch it. Now let's go to the backhand. It's the same thing. Even though the backhand volley, okay, once we get the racket in the right position, it's like a block, a punch, a jab, and it's going to be like a karate chop. What we want you to think of is this. I don't want you to go down, even though that would be okay. That'd be okay. If people keep breaking their wrist, if people keep dropping it and all this stuff, what I want you to do is keep the racket up and keep it up. So you're going, remember, it's like the butt cap again, but obviously you can't catch it, okay? Up to up. Because we already know that you can go up to down. We already know you can go up to down. Most of the people, and everybody watching this knows what I'm talking about, have them reverse engineer. Now, it's amazing when I put somebody in front of them, me or someone else, and I tell them to hit a lob volley, which some of them never done that their whole career. When they hit a lob volley, they all go like this. So they get control they get feel, and they get placement for free. So that's another great thing. Put someone in, practice lob volleys. That will get your student from stop chopping down. Okay? These 2 corrective techniques. And that's what I do more than probably anybody in the world. Okay? To figure this stuff out. I got a whole toolbox of things that I work with people on, junior, college, pro. It's one thing to tell people what to do. It's another thing to tell them how to do it. And it's even another thing to tell them what they're doing wrong. But the art of the deal, the leader in the clubhouse, how do you correct the problem for that person, that day, that hour, that minute, that second? That's coaching. Hope this stuff helped you. Work with your players on this. I guarantee their volleys will be a lot better. Bang!